Good morning. My name is Chantale. I am with Flower and I teach English. So this morning I am here to tell you about Flower. How did it start? How did I become a teacher? So, bon matin tout le monde. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue en ce direct. Je m'appelle Chantale et j'enseigne l'anglais avec Flower. Et ce matin, je raconte l'histoire de Flower. Comment c'est arrivé dans ma vie, tout ça. Et je vais le raconter en anglais. Dans les commentaires, je vais mettre un lien pour une vidéo où je raconte l'histoire en français si jamais vous voyez là, que vous avez de la misère à tout comprendre. Ça ne sera pas les mêmes mots, mais ça va être la même histoire. Okay, so I switch back to English. So first of all, you have to know that I am from Amos in Abitibi. So I was born in the 70s, and there wasn't a lot of English there back then. There's still not a lot, actually. In Abitibi, in Val d'Or, we need to speak English quite a bit because of the mines. In Rouyn-Noranda as well, but in Amos, there was no need to speak English anywhere, anytime. So I was never introduced to English except in school. And I have to admit that I did not like English in school. I was not good. And of course, when you're not good at something, you don't want to do it. It makes you feel small and not smart. And so I didn't care for English. When I arrived into high school, I didn't pass my exams. So I had to do a lot of summer school in English in order to pass my grade. And so I finished secondary 5, just the 60% mark or so, maybe 63 or something like that. I did not like it. Then I went to Cégep and I took technique de gestion de bureau to become a secretary. And there was a little bit of English, but it was more like business English and how to write letters. So we had models to follow and things like that. So it was okay. I was able to make it and have my diploma. But then I tried to find a job, and that's where it got complicated. Nobody wanted to hire me because you don't speak English, you don't speak English. So my sister was in Alberta, in Banff, and she said, just come out for a couple of months just to get your English going. And so I moved. I left with one suitcase. I moved to Banff. I found a job the next day, and I had staff accommodation, so I had a place to live. And I stayed in Banff for 10 years. So the few months transformed into 10 beautiful, beautiful years where, of course, I learned English, where I got close to nature, going for hikes, more in Lake Louise. I'm sure you've seen pictures. It's absolutely gorgeous. Every morning I woke up looking at the Rockies thinking, wow, this is beautiful. I was very, very lucky to live there. And for work, I actually was able to move up really quickly. So I became supervisor, coordinator, manager, whatever. It was really, really easy to move up. And I had to teach new employees all the time. So there started my teaching experience. And of course, my English got better and better. I was especially hanging out with English people. There was a lot of Quebecers there, but they called me snob because I was always hanging out with English people because I wanted to learn. And my English got so good that I was able to have exactly like secretary positions, accounting positions, coordinator positions. So I was doing recruiting for a big hotel. My English was so good that people could not detect my accent, or barely. And I followed some classes at the University of Calgary in human resources. And I learned to have a really, really good English using very beautiful, well put together sentences. I've lost a little bit of that because I don't practice it so much anymore, but my English is still fluent, of course. And after 10 years in Banff, of course, I met a guy and we decided to come back to Quebec because he was a Quebecer as well. We moved to Sorel because he was from Sorel. And as soon as I started living in Sorel, my neighbors and a few friends were asking me, "Oh, can you teach me English? Can you teach me English? Can you teach me?" So I started teaching my neighbor, my friend, and at some point somebody asked me, "Can you teach my kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll." So we used to play hide and seek and color and everything. We had a great time. Her name was Ariane, and we had such a great time together. We played so much, but in English. So she'd come to my place, we'd play for a little bit, and then we'd have dinner together, and then her parents would come and get her. So we'd spend maybe an hour and a half together, and it was a great, great time. And that taught me that I could teach English in a different way than just by doing books and evaluations and tests like they do in school. And I'm saying school is great. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying teachers in school do their best to teach English, but they only have 50 minutes or an hour every, like maybe once a week or so. So it's not a lot. So to me, to teach by games and play and fun, it was so much more interesting for the child or the children, and they got better, they got confident, and they kind of liked English and wanted to learn more. So when they got to school, into their English classes, it was more interesting for them. So I taught a few students like this. That was in 2007. And in 2014, I decided to start my own school, and I called it Flower. It just came up to me one day in a meditation. Yes, I meditate. So it just got to me. I thought, what can I call my school? And then it came up, Flower. And I loved the image because it, people grow like a flower. They get confident, they get beautiful. So Flower was really a good name for my school. So I started with 4 students that summer, and the year after I had over 100 students. So it was very popular, and Flower now is growing every year. I celebrated my 6th year, my 6th birthday this year in June, and I feel like it's growing more and more because now not only I do in-person courses, but I do online courses as well. So I'm not only in Sorel, I'm in Varennes, Saint-Antoine, the region, but I can also have students in Montreal, Laval, Pointe-aux-Trembles, and pretty much everywhere in Quebec via online courses. And I've got some people interested in France. A lot of people ask me questions. Unfortunately, right now, most of my lessons are at night, which is in the middle of the night for France, so it doesn't work. but I will create something for France pretty soon. So it will be probably in the afternoon for me and early evening for them. So if you're from France, things are coming up for you. Just watch me going. So online lessons allow me to be everywhere in Quebec, and in France, Belgium, Switzerland, uh, and it keeps growing. So I'm still working. I'm still taking courses so I can grow as a person. My company can grow. I have Bianca that is teaching for me here in Sorel to people that are beginners, intermediate, or advanced. So it's difficult to have employees because flower is not a full-time job. So most people are looking for full-time. So they come and work for me a little bit and then they leave. So I've had quite a few teachers over the years, maybe 10 of them. But right now I have Bianca that is helping me, and I'm so grateful that she's there. She's very, very good, very professional, and she follows exactly what I do. Like, she does exactly what I would do, okay? So if you're in Sorel or in the area, you can ask for information about private lessons with Bianca, and I'll be happy to answer you. So I don't know if you have any questions. I can't see here. So if you have any questions for me, you can, hi Jojo Fortin and SG Designed, hello. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer, but I think I've pretty much explained how flower came about. You know, starting from a little girl that didn't speak English and hated it to teaching English. I would have never thought. I wanted to teach when I was little, but not English. So I really enjoy it because I can actually feel what my students are feeling. And I do speak Friendlish a lot in my classes. And some people think that it's not right. Some people think that it's wonderful. It depends. If you think it's not right, then my lessons are not for you. But if you think it's right, what I think is that when someone knocks at my door coming to their English lesson and I say, "Allô, comment ça va?" I can see in their face and in their body the stress just whoo, because they don't have to think English for a second. It's just like, oh my God, she speaks French. So then I connect with them and then I tell them, okay, we're going to do this and this and this in English. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's start. And then we start English. So I see that they like it because they don't come to my class nervous thinking, oh no, I'll have to speak English, I'll have to. So we go slowly, and then we get a lot of vocabulary and a lot of confidence. This is the best thing I can give to my students, confidence. So they get out of here and they go into their English class in school where the teacher speaks only English and they understand more. So they feel like, oh my God, I'm not so bad after all, okay? And I love being able to give them that push that will give them confidence to go to learn more and want to learn more. So I'd say this is what I give the most to my students. Yes, we do give vocabulary, sentences, depending on the level you're in. Yeah, you gain a lot of confidence and you don't have to stress when you come here. I always have a smile to welcome you. I help you out the best I can. I give you homework. You have the right to do it or not do it. It's really up to you. But I always say, the more you do it, the better you get. It's like anything. I always take my example of the split. If you want to do the split and you just try it, maybe you won't make it. But if you try it a little bit every day, you stretch every day, and the next day, stretch a little more, and the next day, after a week, you'll find a difference. After a month, you'll find a difference, but you practice every day, a little bit. English is the same way. It's a brain muscle, so you have to train it. The more you do it, the better you get. Okay? And I know that we don't always have time. That's why I try to give my exercises into your daily routine. So I'll tell you, okay, now you go for lunch. Every lunchtime, you'll say, okay, I take the bread out of the pantry. I take the mayonnaise out of the fridge. I put butter on my bread. I put the meat and I put it in between my bread. You know, you go with the vocabulary you, excuse me, you have. So if you can always say bread, mayonnaise, margarine, c'est correct. It's good. You go where you're at. Si parler anglais, we go from 1 to 10. If you're at 2, the goal is to get to 3. Okay? I just want to make sure that that's understood. Yes, you want to get to 10, but let's try to get to 3 first. And once you're at 3, then we'll aim for 4. And eventually, you'll get to 10. Okay? So the more you practice, the faster it will go. But if you only have an hour to put every week or 15 minutes, it's better than nothing. Okay? Every little step helps. So since I don't have any questions, I will let you go on that, and I will see you next week. Next week, I will announce the conversation lessons that I will start soon. So it will be online, and anybody that feels able to have a conversation will be able to join. I'll give you all the details next week. So Tuesday, 9 o'clock, it's a rendezvous. So have a good week. Bye.